Hello everybody, welcome back to a video to my channel. It's been a minute. I have missed this. I've missed this a lot. Don't worry about this. This is Tarte's Quick Dry Matte Lip Paint that just does never want to come off. So testimony, I have tried to get this off. It's just not there. It's not happening. So that'll, I guess, come off when it wants to come off. Yeah, hi, hello, how are you? How are we doing today? I was going to sit down and film like an updated kind of toiletries, cruelty-free / low waste, because I've been making that transition. So I was gonna do one of those videos, but then I knew that a lot of y'all who don't follow me on social media would be having a lot of questions. Everybody over on Instagram is updated and knows what's going on because I've made quite a few posts about it and did an Instagram live and a couple stories and all that other jazz. So if you're not following me on Instagram, you are missing out and behind on the times by a few months now. I'm gonna be filling out my planner while I do this. This is just gonna kind of be like plan with me / life update / stream of consciousness video to get y'all up to speed. So that way I can start vlogging and posting videos again without y'all wondering what the hell happened the past 4 months. Originally, so back at Disney, I was very unhappy and I thought that it was a situational thing, just really didn't want to be at Disney, which that was part of it. I ended up back in a position that that caused me a lot of anxiety and that just was not like fulfilling, I guess. I don't know how to explain it, but I was put back in merchandise, which for some people, they absolutely love merchandise. For me, like I had already done that on my very first program. To be like back in that and going through the same things like all over again and not getting to experience anything different alone was really rough. And then there was other factors too that played into it, and I'm kind of mad at myself for leaving, but at the same time, like I knew that I kind of had to. And I was also offered a full-time job at the store that I worked at, so I'm now a full-time manager there. And it's just retail, like it's nothing special. I mean, I love like the people that I work with, but it is just like to get me through school basically. Still taking classes at UNC Charlotte for computer science and public relations. I know that's an odd mix. That's just what ended up working out the best for me. Like I'm gonna be able to get the most bang out of my buck basically. So that's currently where I'm at. I work 40 hours a week at a store and like as one of the managers, and then during spring and fall I'm taking classes. Apart from that though, like I said, I was pretty unhappy down at Disney doing the Disney college program. I did end up leaving the program early. It just didn't end up working out. I think a lot of it was just like my depression just getting really, really bad, and I thought that it was situational, but then it just kind of kept getting worse. Granted, I did end up getting off my meds, and that was my own doing. I was supposed to go back to get my prescription refilled, and I kept putting it off and putting it off, so that's my own fault for just being not adulting very well. And then around March it started to like my depression and anxiety took a turn, like a very drastic turn, and that's why I stopped filming. And I actually didn't even post on Instagram for a solid month, 2 months maybe actually. March, April, yeah, I think it was actually like 2 months. So yeah, everything just took a very, very bad like turn. So I went back into the doctor, got back on my medication, tested it back out on the 75 milligrams, which for those of you that don't know, I am on Effexor for my depression. It does also help with the anxiety as well though. So I went back on the 75 milligrams, which is what I was doing before. I expressed to her my worries that it wasn't enough, or maybe it wasn't the right medication for me. So we decided to get back on the 75 milligrams, see how that helped, or if I had any side effects to it, which I didn't the first time around, but hey, our bodies change, you never know. So yeah, got back on the 75 milligrams and then didn't really do anything. And so at the beginning of May 2nd actually, things took a very bad turn for the worse. I was struggling for quite a while, like just kind of pushing through, waiting for the Effexor to start working again. And then on May 2nd, I woke up just really not wanting to be here anymore, which is hard to say, but it's the truth. Got rid of my razor blades, called Keith, called my work because I was supposed to go into work that day. My manager had me come into the store and sit just in the stock room so that way I wasn't alone. Keith left work early and took me to the therapist. I talked to her for 2.5 hours. We had to come up with, like, I came up with a safety plan and everything, and really just kind of got everything out. And then I went back to her a week later to talk some more and also get some referrals from her for a more long-term solution in terms of a therapist, because it was just the one that is free to the university students, and that is intended for more short-term things, not necessarily long-term, like weekly, bi-weekly basis, because they just, if every student on campus tried to use that as their like regular therapist, they wouldn't have enough therapists or counselors for that. Side note, I did find a cruelty-free razor brand that actually is also eco-friendly, because they make all of their stuff, apart from the razor, like the blade itself, but they make all of their stuff out of recycled plastic, and they are cruelty-free. So now I'm using the Preserve, like, Shave 5, I think it's called, or 5-blade shave. I don't remember. I'll link to it down below. But so that's what I'm using now if anybody is curious. Not because I didn't like the safety razor, but just not the best thing to have around a person that has consistent passive suicidal thoughts that started to turn active. If anybody's unfamiliar with the idea of suicidal thoughts and depression and everything, basically a lot of people that have clinical depression or that deal with it on a daily basis have passive thoughts, where these thoughts like enter their head without really much meaning or much intent on acting on it. It's just things like, if I get hit by a car, it wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. If I got in a really bad accident, or if like I slipped and cracked my head or broke my back or something like that, it's just like, wouldn't really be the worst thing in the world. Like, I'm not gonna actively do anything to hurt myself, but if like the universe wants to, then I wouldn't necessarily be upset about it. Those are passive suicidal thoughts. Active ones are where you're actually like, this is how I'm gonna do it, this is when I'm gonna do it, yes or no, I'm going to leave a note, that type of situation. And so my thoughts had turned active, which is obviously very scary. So I am, needless to say, doing a lot better here a little over a month later. Like I said, I got back into my therapist, I got back into my doctor, told her that we needed to up the dosage because it wasn't working. So I'm now on 150 milligrams of Effexor every day. It has made a world of difference. So that is where I'm at now. Like I said, doing a lot better. I did want to post this video in May because it was Mental Health Awareness Month. That obviously didn't happen. My bad. Oopsie. Time just kind of slipped away from me. Definitely like feeling motivated to get back on the YouTube and Instagram grind. I have been posting on Instagram a lot more, like actually almost on a daily basis. I am pretty proud of myself. It's been like an every other day situation. What else has been going on that y'all have missed? Last weekend was my birthday. It was on June 9th. I am now 29 years old. Last year in my 20s. Gonna try to take advantage of it. We went to Myrtle Beach. It was a lot of fun. Got to see an old college friend not too long ago. She was in town for a night, and so we got together, got some drinks, caught up, had a jolly old time. So that is where I am now, doing a lot better. Doing a lot of, I don't wanna say meditation, because it's not sitting down with my eyes closed and just like breathing. My form of like meditation or release is just writing anything and everything, or like taking some time to my planner, because it gives me something to focus on while I kind of hash out my thoughts, which I realize that all I've gotten so far is highlighting a few things. Whoops. And I've now already like kind of finished my stream of consciousness and updated y'all on where I was. I have now rambled on quite long enough, but y'all have officially been updated on what I'm doing like on a day-to-day basis. Pretty much have given up on this. I guess I will fill this out off camera and maybe post it to my Instagram story so that everybody can see my beautiful work. All right, other than that, there will be more content coming soon, like actual content, health and fitness, and just living an overall nice, healthy lifestyle, mentally and physically, and healthy for the environment too. That's where we're headed. And occasional vlogs, because I just miss vlogging. If there is anything specific in that realm that you all would like to see, then please don't hesitate to leave suggestions down below. I'm gonna go now. I love you all. Thank you all so much for bearing with me. Work hard, be kind, and spread good vibes. I love you all. Goodbye.